This is signs you might want to look out for in toddlers that might have ADHD, and it often gets misguided because some people think ADHD, it just appears suddenly at school age, but for many children, I mean, they show signs of this much earlier on. And if you're new to the parenting game, then, it's a car business, but if you're new to it, you might not pick up on these things, and it might just get, mislabeled as, just behavioural things. So here are some of the early parent signs that often get noticed, guys, and don't overly panic because it doesn't mean they are, but there's just some things to look out for. Number one is like constant movement. I mean, toddlers, they rarely stop anyway, but I mean, it can be a bit more with this, like climbing, jumping, running, spinning, and this is even when they're tired, guys, or sitting still. And if they're sitting still, it's just physically uncomfortable for them. Two is like the extreme impulsivity. They act before they think. Again, lots of kids do this, like the bolting, the grabbing, throwing, climbing, but they've got very little sense of danger even compared to other toddlers, guys. Number three is like there's intense emotional reactions. I mean, big emotions, they come on thick, they come on fast, and they are overwhelming. With my son, it was like you could tell at birthday times, he'd bring out the cake, the candles and the sparklers, and he would just be like, oh, and he'd just start bawling his eyes out, and me and my wife were looking at each other like, what's going on here? I mean, meltdowns, they just seem to come out of nowhere. They're out of proportion, and they're really hard to soothe them. Number four, very short attention span for non-preferred activities. So they struggle to engage with things that they're interested in, guys, but they're hyper-focused on things they love, guys. So what should be saying not interested in is the thing. Number five, difficulty sleeping and regulation. And this is a big one. So you trouble in settling them, frequently waking up in the night, you're having to sit with them for hours on end before they fall asleep, early mornings, or being wired and then suddenly exhausted, guys. Now this doesn't mean there is something wrong with your little person, your toddler. It doesn't mean that they definitely have ADHD, but these patterns, guys, are intense and they're persistent and they impact daily life. That's when you start thinking that it's ADHD, because sometimes it's not overly apparent when they're really little and they're toddlers. They are the early indications of it, and then it moves on. The best thing I can say is you've got to trust your instincts as a parent, even over schools and the professionals and family, and start asking the questions early, because early understanding helps parents support regulation and not force compliance. And if you need to go to like the NHS or you want to get these things diagnosed, the waiting lists are insane when it comes to schools. The waiting lists are insane when it comes to getting a diagnosis or getting. So by the time you get to school and you might need these extra support things in place, you kind of like go to the doctor and you say they say, oh, it's 3-year waiting list and stuff like that. Private isn't the cheapest way to go. Guys, I'm Oliver. I'm the creator of AskEllie.co.uk. It's the free website that's helping thousands of parents every single day to do with disability, SEND and mental health. And we are growing very quickly. And I do a live every Sunday at 7 till 7:30 to answer the many questions I